Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Nursyah Anisah binti Syahrim.
My name is Farah Hazwani binti Muhammad Azmi.
My name is Anis Amini binti Azlin.
My name is Aida Adriana Bajusha binti Zainuddin.
Problems and how to solve the problems. There are three problems that always faced by computer user, such as slow productivity, computer make a loud noise, and the computer constantly freeze. Problems will come to computer user if the computer are being used for a long time. What is the problems? The problem is such as slow productivity. In application that we use every day, we can begin to experience slower results. That is undoubtedly a concern that derives from our operating system. Usually, this is the result of our C drive fragmentation. It is not a major issue, and by doing some basic machine cleanup, it is quickly fixed. So, what are the second common problems that faced by computer users? It is computers make a loud sounds. Where does the sounds come from? We can start hearing noisy noises from our machines by clicking or grinding. If so, it's almost inevitable that there is some sort of hardware malfunction we are concerned with. When we hear noisy sounds, there are several potential complications. So it will usually originate from the spinning activities of our cooling fans or hard drive. Then, some potential places we can check, such as CPU fans, power supplies, and graphic cards. But please bear in mind that this might be a little more costly for this replacement. Last but not least is computer constantly freezes. Computers are intricate devices that, without ever saying them, it has controlled many processes. Often, this uncertainty will cause our machine to freeze or not respond to our actions. We can remedy this easily by rebooting our system 9 out of 10 times. Besides that, it may be a warning of inadequate device memory, registry bugs, delete data, or even spyware if we are having persistent freezes. But don't worry, every problem have their solutions. For slow performance, we can uninstall any program that is unnecessary. Our machine comes preloaded with many programs that several individuals are not going to use, but that they will drain device resources. Typically, we will see this when we see a pop-up alert to upgrade a program that we never see before. Or, we can restart our PC. If the speed of our machine is not what it should be, restarting our computer is the first thing to do. Our operating system allocates space for programs in RAM. Then it can inevitably fill up and slowing down our computer. Next, it helps to quickly shut programs that run on our machine. And it means that projects do not continue to run in the background. Last, clean the hard disk. It slows down our machine when our hard drive memory is heavy, so the operating system does not have enough free space to operate properly. Make sure there is at least 500 MB of available disk space. By opening File Explorer and clicking this PC on the left navigation bar, we can check how much free space we have. Our main drive will usually be named Windows C, but we will also see how much space they have from the screen in the drive. Besides that, for loud noise come from computer, we can get a high quality cooler for the CPU. CPUs, particularly if they overclock, will generate a lot of heat. Our CPU fan can be loud if we are not using a top quality cooler. so you will be able to transfer more air to make them silent by using a bigger fan. Then, cleaning the fans of our machines. Clean the CPU fan for RAM, modules or other motherboard-based chips, as well as the graphic card fan and any other component fans we may have. Then, hold it upright, make sure the machine is shut off, and if necessary, make the dust fly outside. Our computer will almost definitely have a CPU fan and a graphic card fan is likely to have a GPU fan. If we have never had to get in before, please see or search on how to open a desktop device case. And the last way we can do is prevent our system from being too hot. Even though our fans are all in full working order and running smoother than ever now that they are clean, if the machine is hot, they cannot cool our hardware down enough to slow down, even with a great fans working at full speed. There are several options for our machine to cool off, from going to where it is, to upgrade to a stronger fans, for example. For a full summary of our choices, please see on how to keep our machine cool, or it is time to look at whether our hardware could be stretched to its max. And for the last problem, computer constantly freeze. What can we do is close several programs that we opened. To run any program on our computer, it needs a certain amount of internal and external hardware resources. Our machine might not have enough memory or processing capacity to accommodate all of them if several programs are running simultaneously. In this case, we can right-click Task Manager, choose Task Manager, click Procedures, locate the frozen software, and then click End Task. It is advised that we run services that we need at a certain time. Also, we can performance of drives or errors. Drives are used between hardware devices and at the operating system for communication. The reasons why our Windows continues to freeze may be due to outdated or disabled drives. We should ensure, therefore, that our drives are still modified. And then, what can we do is avoid from overheat. Excess heat will slow down a device, allowing the computer to freeze gradually. If the temperature is too high, it can also damage our device processors, integrate circuit, and make it unusable. Please check that our machine is thoroughly vented to prevent this. For extreme conditions, machine casings can be used.
For the first hardware component is motherboard. Motherboard is a single platform to connect all of the parts of computer together. Motherboard consists of USB port, expansion slot, RAM slot, BIOS battery, CPU chips, and PCI slot. For now, we choose Micro ATX motherboard. Micro ATX motherboard is a standard motherboard that in a low budget. It is suitable for students like Nawal. Besides that, Micro ATX motherboard can provide a good quality for Nawal to done her assignment and enjoy her leisure time. Our second hardware component is processor, or well known as central processing unit. Processor is an electronic circuit within a computer that executes instructions for make up the computer program. Processor consists four primary function, that is fetch, decode, execute, and write back. A great processor gives a good productivity and efficiency. For now on, we choose AMD processor because we know that AMD provide a good processor among other brand. For our third hardware component is system memory. System memory is for hold the current program and data that are in use. There are three basic functions in system memory, that is encoding, storing and retrieving information. For now on, we choose Kingston Hyper-Fury 8GB. We choose 8GB because Nawal need to do her editing assignment. For editing, we need at least 4GB to run the system smoothly. So with this 8GB that we provide, so Nawal can get a smooth system to run the editing processes. Our fourth hardware component is graphic card. Graphic card is responsible for rendering an image to the computer. Nawal need this graphic card because she is doing her assignment in editing image and photo. All multimedia software need a graphic card for the better resolution, to increase the resolution of the image and the video to make it doesn't have a pixel. Our fifth hardware component is hard disk. Hard disk is for store a large quantity of data. Nawal need a hard disk because she need to save her assignment work in editing software and coding software that consists a lot of data. Besides that, Nawal need this hard disk because she wants to keep the movie and the video or her music to make sure that the item is not gone in the desktop.
For my point, I would like to talk about software. Software is the instruction that tell a computer what to do. Software has comprised the set of programs that need by the user in order to performing their tasks. There are two types of software, which is system software and application software. For our system software, we choose Windows. It is because Windows is the most popular and usually used by many people. Windows also has many variations, and for our PC, we choose Windows 10. It is because Windows 10 is the latest Windows that have many features. Windows 10 also has the speed of performance that can suit the user need. Windows 10 also have many variations of application that can be downloaded to your PC, and Windows 10 is a better browser than the other software. We move to application software that usually user need in performing their tasks. For that, there are many application software that we install in this computer to completing the user requirement, such as Microsoft Office 365, which have many apps that suitable for completing their tasks, such as Microsoft Word, PowerPoint, Microsoft Access, and Microsoft Excel. We also provide the programming apps that can be get on Microsoft, such as VB.NET and C++, in order to suit the programming course that need by the user. We also provide Adobe Creative Cloud, which has many apps that fulfill the user request to performing their tasks, such as Adobe Premiere Pro, Adobe Dreamweaver, and Adobe Director.
After
After all of the item has been calculated, the total price is RM8,771. This is very reasonable and worth it because with this price, Nawal will get a complete set of a computer including printer as it can make her study and assignment smoothly. The possibility for Nawal to purchase the recommended specification is very high because this computer specification is more compatible for programming than a laptop. More than that, a computer is more cheaper than a laptop and is very ideal for storing a lot of files. In conclusion, we are very confident that all computer specifications that we suggest here are meet the needs and requirements of the client. The specifications that we choose are really suitable for programming. Nawal will be satisfied with our suggestion since we provide the best computer specification among others. That's all from us. Thank you. Assalamualaikum.